This playthrough is rated T for teen. See, Oscar, it's not so bad without your hands. There's still a lot of things you can do. You can walk, talk, tell me how worthless you are. You can play Patty. We could shake it. Give me a hint. Round of applause. Oh, sorry about that. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Syberia. I almost said Syndra for some reason. In the last episode, made our way towards, well, this weird station in the middle of Russia where apparently we found out the Hans worked for the Soviet Union at one point building machines. I guess the idea was to help the lower people, people that weren't as well off, helping the Great Republic. But, well, we know later on what happened to the Soviet Union and its leaders and how they treated their people, but perhaps Hans didn't know that at the time. But, anyway, we wound up the thing thanks to the big old man of the workers there. But some strange man came in and took off Oscar's hands. Now we got to chase after him. Can we get to him in time? Before the nefarious man does something heinous with those hands? I mean, what? How many things can you do with your
That door is locked.
with a person's hands?
Gotta find another way around.
No, same thing has happened. So how many things can you do with your hands anyway? Oh, don't answer that, viewers. Okay, so we gotta find a way around. Yeah, unfortunately, despite following it, nothing happens. And the only other way I know of is going down there. But we can't start anything with that elevator, so let's go to that one room we couldn't access earlier. It wouldn't let us by, probably because it was too dangerous, and I think I know a way to get past it with our new item here, because we didn't have the shears from before. You'd think the guy would have kept the shears, but maybe it's just so surprised he found some metal hands of his own. Perhaps this is an Edward Scissorhands situation? Maybe. Closer than you think. But anyway, let's move the big man forward a couple, I think it's like one step or something like that, so we can get to that one room. I think it was one area anyway. Yeah, I was trying to go through this whole playthrough without having to do a cutaway till I solved the solution, but unfortunately I did it last episode. And the thing is, if I had taken a few more moments to think about it, I would have remembered about the button. But, oh well. What can you do? Sometimes you make mistakes. But anyway, yeah, we can skip it for those who, if you've already seen a cutscene, you can just right-click it, and we can skip the moving. I just showed it the first time just to kind of get a sense of the scene and the ambiance and all that fun stuff. Yeah, Kate, it's fine. You can make a that's probably only like a 2-foot jump. But anyway, we need to cut this open. Okay, apparently that hole we were looking through was smaller than I thought. It was only for our eyeball, but was able to cut your way through, so let's get inside. Oh yeah, now that I see it through the cutscene there, it was smaller than that. I guess I just didn't realize it. I thought it was, man, me and my bad perspective again. And apparently solved something because the music's kicking in. Now we're trying to look for something to help us with the situation in the underground area. But what can we find? We need something to power it on. So probably maybe something like a... No, there's something we can examine there. There's a door and a window there. Perhaps we need something like a spark plug or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Ooh, spark plug. Speak of the devil. Yoink! Anything else here? No. Yeah, I'll try to be a bit more efficient with the puzzle solving and remembering what I can and can't do. But because, like I said, this isn't the hardest adventure game. I'd probably... If you're going with hardest, I'd probably say it's Myst. It's probably one of the harder adventure games because that really requires some major puzzle solving and note-taking to finish that one. Nothing. This probably more of a case of just looking through it more than anything. Yeah, it looks like the remnants of a factory long since abandoned, apparently. At least no smoking. That's the least of your concerns, I think.
I can't go that way.
Nope. At least not for now. Alright, looks like we got what we came for. Time to go back. Just the spark button. Conveniently that it was here. Yeah, hopefully, I think I made a note of it about hopefully you've had your tetanus shots. Kate, we don't want you to cut yourself and then have your adventure cut short because you get lockney or whatever it's called. I think that's one of the conditions you get if you get tetanus. Well, I mean, you get tetanus, but you know what it does. It locks up your knees and stuff like that. Then your joints get rusty, and well, not actual rusty, but they get tight, hard to move your joints around and stuff like that. I believe so, anyway, unless I'm misremembering. So. Alright, I think that's it for this section. I think we can go straight on to the underground to try and find Oscar's hands. Yeah, first it's Oscar's feet, and then it's hands. Well, it's like they would in an old children's cartoon. If they wanted to have violence in the cartoon, they would just make it a robot. So it's the same here. This prevents it from being like a rated M because it's a robot that got mutilated, not a human. You know, kind of like in Samurai Jack is a good example of a cartoon having a lot of violence, but because it's against robots, it's fine. So you can go as gruesome as you want. You should watch it. You should watch that show, putting in that fact now, and you'll look at the show differently, thinking that, you know, what if those were people in that situation, you know, so. Alright, let's use the spark plug that looks like a human, almost. Odd. That's usually not how spark plugs work, but... Oh, this is a Hans.
I don't want to touch it, in case I break it.
You are nimble, or you got a case of the gremlins. But I forgot it's a Hans spark plug, so... Now we can actually see where we're going. We can actually explore this place now, so... I wonder if I can still do anything with that duct.
That looks like a ventilation duct.
No, I guess I can just look at it, but that's it, so... Let's see if we can only go downwards. Looks like it. For now. But with how many visual faux pas I've made throughout this game, I wouldn't be surprised if I still missed something, so... Uh-oh. Oh, you're just a rat. That's fine. Is he a radical rat? No. No. TV, huh? Let's see. Can't go down that way. Ah, man, old static. You don't really see that much anymore. Just because most people have a setup where they never have static channels anymore, unless you're never connected to something. Alright. Something there, but can't click on it, so something to ignore. Let's keep going. Looks like, oh, found another elevator. Maybe that'll take us up to the factory proper. What happens if well, there's nothing. I don't think the elevator's down.
I don't need to do...
Oh, never mind then. I guess they were just trying to keep it consistent. Okay, let's go inside. At least I didn't see anything I could effectively click on, so... Yeah, an old factory. And if this wasn't a regular adventure game, I don't want to say this is like a horror game with the atmosphere we're in. But no, this ain't no horror game, so don't worry about it. No jump scares here. At least not that I'm aware of. Oh, what's it? Wait, is that a big old organ? Looks like something out of Dracula or Phantom of the Opera or something like that. Why, even the music playing kind of reminds me of Phantom of the Opera. Not that I'm the biggest fan of Phantom of the Opera, but I'm aware of it. Oh, there's something over here as well. I guess I can only click on this variation on the map. See what this does. Oh. Hello. Looks like a safe or something like that. Or a storage container. So we can go in there. That must have been a button to open it. Man, that would have been easy to miss. Had I not been paying attention. So we can go this way. Yeah, we'll go to the obvious organ here in a second. That seems to be the obvious place to go next. Let's see. I can interact with here. Oh, hello. Almost missed that. Huh. I can't really tell what that says or what that is. But we can. But there are screws on this thing, so we can take it off. Yeah, I can't really quite tell what it says, but remember that for later. Alright, so we need a screwdriver or something that can simulate a screwdriver, if not a straight up screwdriver. Looks like I can't go back this way. Okay. Well, we have to come back this way anyway, so let's click on this menu. See if I can go down here or if it clicks me. Okay, that's all it does, is it takes me back here. I thought this was separate from this, but no, that's the same, so let's go over here. Yeah, I could go in there, but let's go to the big old organ first. Yeah, this almost reminds me of like a Suikoden 1 or 2 for some reason. Well, I mean, or Dracula or something similar. Yeah, it's a big old organ piece. I'm surprised anyone would facilitate allowing this built inside a facility. What the? Is that an automaton? Interesting. It is. A pianist automaton. Wait. Those hands look different from the body type. I wonder. Ooh, a screwdriver. We'll take that. Yeah, those do look different. I wonder. I have a feeling that we may have found our hands. But where is the man who stole them? Perhaps it was this automaton. Maybe not. But I can't do anything to that. Oh, it looks like the hands are barred onto the thing. So we have to somehow remove this bar. But there's nothing I can do here. So at least not that I'm seeing when I'm just highlighting everything just to make sure I didn't miss it. So yeah, it's barred on there. So you can't forcibly take it off. So we are going to have to find a way to get that off. But how? I don't know. Let's take a look around. We did find that screwdriver. So now I can unscrew that one thing. So let's see if that ends us up somewhere. Or with something. Just click on that. Okay, there it is. And okay, let's unscrew these. I don't know why we're unscrewing this. We just can. I do kind of wish there was a bit more. I mean, well, then again, old adventure games are more. You kind of have to just kind of have common sense when it comes to things. But oh, it takes us upstairs. Wait, that was what's stopping us from using these as stairs? Well, I've heard of worse reasons to stop progress, I guess. Yeah, this is one of those games where you kind of, not everything has to be exactly explained to you. You just kind of have to click and explore and find out where to go next. But I do kind of miss when games kind of give you an idea of what you're supposed to do. Like, not straight up tell you everything, but okay. Let's see, we got a door there, and we can interact with something there. Can we get inside? Oh, that's the criminal. Look at that. We can see his outfit and everything. That's it. I've got you right now, scoundrel.
Hey, you. Who are you? Careful, I'm warning you. I'm not afraid of you, okay? What do you want? Why did you do that?
There must be some misunderstanding.
Because you reckon theft is all about misunderstanding, do you? Give me my hands back. Now.
Your hands? And what are those on the ends of your arms? I can explain everything to you. You see, I'm no thief.
You broke into my train, assaulted my driver, mutilated him, and stole his hands. Apart from that, you are not a thief.
I have not stolen them, miss. Only borrowed them for a while.
You've got to be joking.
I'm not joking with you, miss. I would never take such liberties.
They belong to Oscar, my automaton engineer. Why did you steal them?
They are extraordinary. Real mechanical wonders. I would never have been capable of designing such hands myself. Never. Such workmanship. Such precision crafting. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And just because you like them, you decided to steal them?
I have only borrowed them, little missy. Temporarily, you understand? Of course, I shall return them to you when I don't need them anymore. You can...
Excuse me?
You see, these hands are all I need to complete my plan. At last, I can finish off my automaton pianist and fulfill my dreams. Everything is now in place. You see, I have converted this old, useless, stupid factory into a magical theater. As you can see, the furnaces, piping, chimney stacks, they've all been converted into one gigantic organ. I will be able to accompany the world's greatest living singer. Now all I need is her...
You know, you say you borrow a thing. You know, borrow means intent to give back, which you probably didn't even learn how to do until we confronted you. And two, doesn't borrow mean indicate that the party you took from, was aware of your intentions in the first place? Huh. Yeah, you're trying to get off scot-free, but we know your intentions. And you look like a frail old man. Kate can take you. We've got a metal shear we could use, but...
Who are you?
Sergei Borodin, the director of the industrial city of Komkolzgrad. Or... what is left of it, at least. But who are you, for that matter? And why have you stopped in my station without authorization?
I didn't choose to stop in your station, but my train has a technical problem. My name is Kate Walker, and I'm an American lawyer.
It is very kind of you to come so far just to visit this place.
I repeat again, I never intended to stop here. I'm on a business trip. I'm a lawyer, goddammit.
Right. And what brings you here?
Like I said, a stupid mechanical hitch.
Call me sir, goddammit. Didn't expect her to say that. That's funny. What was I going to say? It's kind of weird how we have almost a menial conversation after everything that just occurred because of the way that the game's programmed. It's just kind of funny in a way. But so we're in Comclot Strand. Whatever. Anyway, we're in Russia. So, and Borodine, huh? Well.
I'm sorry, I can't make heads or tails out of your story at all. Without my engineer's hands, I'm stuck here, you see?
Everything I have designed, all that I have invented, everything is for her. Do you realize? Her. Oh, to hear her sing one more time, here in my factory!
But who is she? Who are you talking about?
Helena. The one and only Helena Romansky. Her voice is so pure, like an angel. One day she came here to Komkolsgrad. She sang here, you know, when our industrial city was in its heyday. Oh, so long ago now. It was almost unreal. It was magical. I remember it like it was yesterday. Then, later, a long time later, she saved my soul. She saved my life, gave it meaning. When I was told that the mining program was to be abandoned, that this industrial city was consigned to oblivion, that I, its director, would from then on be nothing but a guardian of these rusting remains of a bygone age, that is when I first formed my plan to bring Helena Romansky back to this factory. But this time, she would sing for me, and me alone.
And is she okay about this?
Sure. Once she finds out that I have done all this for her, when she realizes how I converted this vast network of pipes and tubes to create one of the most impressive organs ever made, then, you know, this was no small achievement, miss. Once molten iron flowed through here. Now there wafts only beautiful melodies. But then I realized I had to make an automaton pianist. I began to despair that I would never create hands that were intricate enough. But then you arrived. So lucky, don't you think?
Yeah, that must have been a happy coincidence for someone around here. So, when will this Madame Romansky come back? When do I get my hands back?
I don't know. Maybe someone should look for her. Tell her. Hey, why don't you go? The quicker you bring her back, the sooner you can carry on your business trip. Now, isn't that a good idea?
And you promise that once Helena has sung, you will give me back my automaton's hands?
I promise, my dear. You have my solemn word.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to believe you. Where should I go hunting for this singer, then?
I have no idea. But for a woman of the world like yourself, finding her should pose no obstacle. Helena Romansky was a world celebrity, you know. I have collected many objects, souvenirs of her that I keep in a room. A shrine to her glory. It's like her own personal museum in a way. You should take a look.
This whole story is completely nuts.
You're telling me, sister. He's just an artistic stalker for all intents and purposes. Except he's not a true stalker because he actually doesn't know where Miss Romansky is. We've got to find her. You're the one who stole our hands. It's all you should find her. Ah, man. Kate, what have you gotten yourself into now? Now you're talking to crazy stalker guys. Great.
And what if I helped you to make some other hands just for your automaton?
Why should life be complicated when I already have what I need? And I very much doubt you are in any position to create such a perfect pair of hands.
Yeah, we don't have Hans here to make them again, so that might be out of the question.
You mentioned an automaton pianist, didn't you? Where did you find it?
I pieced it together myself, my dear. Except for the hands, that is. I admit that I underestimated the intricacy of this part of the design. A pianist's hands are very important, after all. But enough. Now he has a perfect set of hands.
Your passion amazes me. Have you designed any other automatons here?
No. Clockwork mechanisms do not interest me as such. I simply needed a robot capable of accompanying Helena Romansky on my huge organ. I adapted an existing model, a reject automatry. I reconstructed it and adapted it to this new function.
An existing model, you say? Did you ever know Hans Vorarlberg? He was a kind of mechanical genius, like yourself.
Hans Vorarlberg? Yes. Or maybe... I don't know. No.
Sure, I understand. The number of automatons still functioning in this abandoned complex is amazing, though.
My dear, one thing is for sure. For many years, I have been totally alone here. If that man ever came to this city, he left long, long ago.
Huh. So that's why you're crazy. You're just lonely or whatever. And perhaps he did run to Hans. It's hard to say. I was about to say on the pianist, he said he, and I was like, isn't it male? Isn't it a female model they used? And then he explains it was a secretary model. So I'm like, oh, okay.
When you stepped on the train, you were trespassing on private property.
Everything in this city, sweet lady, belongs to the state. And to all intents and purposes, the state in this city is me.
My train is not a part of this factory. And besides, we never would have stopped here in the first place if its engine hadn't needed winding.
Well, as long as your train is at this station, it may be and used for industrial purposes.
Out of the question. And I forbid you to do so.
Maybe I won't have to. Perhaps we can maybe come to some kind of agreement, my sweet lady.
I hope so. And fast.
Yeah, you better stay away from me, you creeper. You're already hitting on one other gal. We'll leave it at that.
Please, excuse me. I have to go now.
So be it.
Sometimes it's weird how the dialogue makes her so cordial with a man for but a second ago she's pissed off at because he stole Oscar's hands, but she knows this guy might do something nefarious, so we don't want to make him too agitated just in case something happens.
Listen, obviously all this has been just one big misunderstanding. So you're going to give me Oscar's hands back, and we're going to get out of your city immediately.
Out of the question. I must have these hands. That is all.
And that is all, I guess.
Please,
Okay, well, we have to placate this crazy man until we can get those hands. Can we actually get this Romansky lady down here? I doubt it. We'll have to probably find another way.
Seems this monorail is controlled from somewhere else.
Perhaps from his office? We don't really have anything to mess with it on it. So yeah, it's probably from his thing. So, alright. Well, let's check that museum, the Shrine of Stalkerness, and see what we see down there. There's already so. I told you it wasn't a horror movie. But you never, or a horror game, but you never know what we'll find. I already did play a horror game, which was technically Dracula, which was during Halloween, but there are many more. There are actually quite a few horror-themed adventure games out there. Not a lot, but there are still quite a few. Well, saying not a lot and quite a few are two different things. Wow, the creepy music pops in at this point. Huh. Well then. Wait, how'd you get her dress? I don't want to know, viewers. I don't want to know. I guess many stages of her singing career, I guess, or something like that, or... That just takes me back, yeah. Why do I feel like this lady's probably already dead by this point? But who knows? Oh, hello. I was about to say, there's nothing to click on it here? Oh, we got a notebook. Let's see what it says. Young Helena Romansky, crystal clear voice moves amateurs, or amateurs, depending on how you pronounce it, and professionals alike, gathered for the 9th Voix d'Or Festival in Brussels. The young Russian soprano was the revelation of the event. She is an exceptionally talented singer, and at the tender age of 20, Helena looks to have a very promising career ahead of her. Helena Romansky's finest numbers are collected here on this golden disc, millions of copies of which should be sold around the world. The voice. She's a very handsome woman. And it looks like this is her at the factory. Comrade Helena Romansky sings for the people. Her series of recitals with piano performed in the factories of our great republic. After Kiev, our diva arrives at Komkotsgrad. Ravishing Helena is seen here with a factory director, Comrade Borodin, and several admirers. Helena Romansky's success in Europe is assured. The great Helena Romansky, our nation's glory, appears and triumphs every night on Europe's most famous stages. Following from Milan, Paris, and Vienna, Helena Romansky gave an exceptional recital in which her voice was even more powerful and moving than ever. Helena Romansky at this point is at the peak of her artistic career, and her recitals that year are exceptional. The high point and testimony to this greatness is her unforgettable interpretation of Rigoletto, sung with her great friend, the Russian tenor Frank Malkovich. Let us not forget that the latter has recently decided to pursue his career in the United States. Yesterday evening, adoring crowds filled out the Bolcho to say their fond farewells to Helena Romansky, their diva, making her last ever public appearance. Man, I don't know why I got stuck up there for a second. Romansky revolutionized lyrical artistry, and her name has already passed into posterity. Through the well of emotion, her fatigue and illness, she merely managed to utter a tearful "thank you." Yeah, that's why I feel like she's actually not alive anymore. Not known at this address, return to sender. Madam Helena Romansky, Kempinski Apartments 2-1, Makhoivia Street, Moscow. Komkotsgrad, June 15th, 1997. So that was 5 years ago. Dear Helena, pray forgive me such familiarity of tone. I have written to you so often and for so long now that I feel I hope to come to know you intimately through my correspondence. I hope that my previous letters have reached you, that you share this feeling. I am writing to you at this address for the 112th time. I hope that one day you will return there and you will find one of my letters, this one maybe. I can only hope. It's just that there's so much to say to you, so much to share. My work progresses well. As I wrote before, the hardest part was to put theory into practice, but I am gradually finding solutions to the problems and have managed to add a whole host of fine adjustments. The grand organ is now nearly complete. I can't wait for you to see it. Madam, I have transformed my factory into a crown, and I hope that you will be its jewel. It is a magnificent stage, one worthy of your talents and beauty. Helena, I feel so close to you, and you alone are all I think about. The more time that goes by the more certain I become that one day you will visit me in this factory that is dedicated entirely to you. I have opened my heart, and am awaiting your acceptance of my invitation. Yours in faith devotion, Sergei Borodin. Man, an obsession indeed. I guess her voice really touched him so much in ways that he did not know. Well then, yeah, we got those. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I don't think so. Man, I don't think I've ever been like affected by someone that badly that I just like formed an obsession. But I don't know. Maybe maybe I don't form ties that strongly with people than other people do. I don't know. But yeah, that's the difference between like a stalker and a legitimate fan. Well, I guess usually stalkers are fans that have just gone a little bit bonkers. So that's it for that. Well, the only other place we haven't checked is that little area we opened up earlier. So let's go check in that, see what we can find. See if that leads us to something. Oh, it opens the door. We're outside. Huh. Neat. Well then. Looks like we've made ourselves a bit of progress. Now we know. Now we found the famous Borodine, the stalker who's looking for the Roman singer. However, to get our hands back, we're gonna need to either find the woman herself or try to intimidate her, or try to pretend to be her. How will we do it? Find out next time in the next episode of Syberia. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.